Hi, we're all here today to rally to save Vestas as part of the Save Vestas National Day of Action. There's been actions happening all across the country, and we're going to introduce our first speaker. This has been hosted by the Campaign Against Climate Change and PCS. Our first speaker is John McDonnell, Labour MP for Hayes and Harlington. Thank you, John.
I've just come back from the TUC. Well, we've both just come back from the TUC, and I suppose one of the most entertaining parts of what has been a fairly boring week was the opportunity to heckle Ed Miliband. And what I thought was, if you can get a chance to look at the video of Miliband's speech, there was nothing there that most people could disagree with, apart from expanding nuclear power, expanding the consumption of carbon, and basically undermining the future of the planet. So nothing particularly contentious. But whilst he was speaking, brothers and sisters from Vestas got up to protest, to hold up a banner and to hold up newspapers drawing attention to the need to support the Vestas workers. RMT delegation got up and the whole Congress rose up in a standing ovation to interrupt Ed Miliband's speech. But watch the video of the speech if you can, because Ed Miliband was completely nonplussed, speechless, sort of grimaced as the Vestas workers got up, but then started to applaud them, then started to clap. What a bleeding hypocrite. What we needed a few months ago was a simple action. Bob Crow called for it, and so the Vestas workers were RMT members. It was straightforward. We're facing the biggest threat to our existence in peacetime we've ever faced through climate change. We're facing the loss of our communities, loss of our nation, loss of the planet as a result of the threat to climate change. And the irony is we know the solution. The solution is that we invest in regeneration, regenerative energy, and we ensure that we no longer rely upon carbon, which pollutes our atmosphere. And at the forefront of that campaign against climate change were the Vestas workers producing the very goods, the very machinery that we need to rely upon to tackle climate change. So when their jobs were put at risk, it was a very simple action that was required. The government simply needed to nationalise Vestas and put people back to work again. And Miliband failed in that challenge. Despite all the talks, despite all the representation, Miliband refused to move. And what he announced this week was $4 million to establish a factory in the northeast. Well, that's fine, we support that. But actually there was already a factory there he could have invested in, that was protected jobs and helped us tackle the climate change threat. Well, the key issue now is first of all ensure that the Vestas workers who heroically occupied the factory and who have actually suffered as a result of losing their redundancy pay and other penalties are protected and supported, that we don't walk away from the Vestas workers as a result of the heroic action that they're now being victimised. We need to support them. And those workers that went up a crane the other day and who were arrested and detained, we support them also. Whatever support we need to give them, financially or in solidarity, we do through RMT and also through the movement overall. But secondly, that we demand their jobs back. And the simple solution is you bring the policy of providing alternative energy sources into a nationalised industry. We bring Vestas back under public control and public ownership, and in that way we can plan not just our economy, we can plan the campaign of tackling climate change and the threat to our community. We're here today because we're not going to allow this campaign to go away. We're not going to allow the Vestas workers to be victimised, and we're going to stand in solidarity for as long as it takes, not just to get their jobs back, but also to ensure that the government acts seriously in tackling climate change and promoting alternative energy sources. Solidarity.